Hey there, so today we have another review. This is Beer Courtesy Alley, and thank you so much. And this is Brettwood Road. This is from Sapwood Cellars. This is a blonde tart ale with white peaches and white nectarines from Milburn Orchards. And so this is actually, shout out to Mike's grandfather who would, who lived on Brettwood Road and would grow all kinds of fruit and produce. So what's the story on this beer? Mixed fermentation blonde ale, 8 months, 1.5 pounds of peaches and nectarines per gallon. Yeah, let's dig into it. Bottled almost a year ago, wow. Huh. Brewed 2 years ago almost, or a year and a half ago, so something like that. So beer is quite nice. It comes in a light straw kind of color, nice medium to medium plus haze on it, wonderful white head. Ooh, yeah. That's the good stuff. That's the good stuff. Get a nice little acidic bite to it. It's got tons of that really rich fruit character. Peach ring dancing in there as well. It's not as jammy as some other ones that I've had. I just remember a bottle share that we had like years and years ago, but it was like a bunch of the well-known, best-rated peach sours out there. And I remember Fufoon was one of the more subtle ones, and I'd say this is more in line with Fufoon, just the amount of fruit punch to it. Like some of them are just like tons and tons of fruit. But even probably a little bit more forward than Fufoon. There's a really nice kind of peach ring thing. There's almost like a light vanilla note from the wood. Maybe it's not vanilla, but there's some kind of like essence of sweetness dancing in there as well. There's like this candied flavor that's driving for me. It's intoxicating. Along with just like a little bit of funk underneath, a little bit of like almost like a slate kind of a stone character. It smells awesome. Cheers. Nice and bright, nice and lactic up front. A little bit of the acetic. Yeah, I like the Brett balance. It's got a nice kind of kick between the balance of the two. As I taste it more, it's probably like leaning, it's hard to really describe, like, what is it, 50-50? I don't know, it's like, yeah, let's go somewhere around 50-50, you know, lactic to acetic, you know, maybe, I mean, not literally by, you know, actual fact, but like what the experience is. So somewhere around 60-40 between the two, 50-50. I just like where it sits between the two. If anything, it's probably a little bit more acetic, so 60-40 acetic to lactic. It's a nice and dry beer, despite the aromatic of the peach rings and all that kind of sweet, almost like vanilla note or candy note is getting. Don't get that on palate. This beer is not a jammy beer at all. If you're into those really, really fruit-forward, jammy, just like punch in the face, fruit puree kind of mixed fermentation sours, this is not that at all. It's definitely more in the elegant realm of like, you know, yeah, definitely like more like Fufoon. If anything, it's maybe even more subtle than Fufoon. I mean, it doesn't have the funk, you know, it's not goose, it's mixed fermentation, so it's like, you know, different. I mean, the age on this is just not as intense and blended as a 3-year-old spontaneously fermented blended beer. This is pretty much brewed, you know, a year and a half, brewed only about a year and a half ago, right? Yeah. So, but despite that, they picked up wonderful complexity on this beer. I think the combination of white peaches and nectarines are actually really quite nice. I think it offers a different kind of element of complexity of fruit flavor versus those jammy, orangey kind of flavors. Like you think of ripe fruit, you think orange. This one's more pale, right? It's more like, you know, those delicious flat donut peaches and that kind of like flavor. It's more underripe stone fruit, or harder, not necessarily underripe, but like stone fruit that has a texture and bite to it versus the really juicy, succulent, overly sweet kind of like peaches. Even white peaches can be very, very sweet. Is leaning on, yeah, more like donut peaches where it's like, you know, got a nice crunch to it, not overly sweet. They can be if you like ripe them more, but quite nice, yeah. A little bit of funk arriving in there. Yeah, I get a little bit of sock, stinky, driving around there, a little bit of Brett character. But in general, it's actually a pretty clean mixed fermentation sour. Just well executed. I think it's just like a really great sipper. Really great sour, yeah. Probably a great food beer. There is a good amount of acidity in those. This is definitely medium plus acidity. I'm not overly puckering, but I just like it. Yeah, it's got just a little bit of that peach sweetness, just like hair to like take it back from full on acidity. But nice fruit character, not overly crazy. Just an elegant beer. Nice carb on that. Nice. This beer for me gets a solid 98. That is Brettwood Road. Delicious peach sour. I think a lot of people would prefer something a little bit more punchy and fruity. I think it just hits the right spot. Really well crafted, mixed fermentation sour. Shout out to Sapwood Cellars. Thank you, Alan. Until next time, guys. Cheers. Later.